Many of you here 80 years ago would not be able to vote in the land of your birth. Many lived on a little land, and after slavery was abolished, many of our forefathers, family members, who are direct descendants of the slaves, were turned out on the land and had nowhere to go, no voice in their own country, no opportunity to determine your own government, no voice to determine what you should grow, where to grow it, who to sell it to, and for how much. National Executive, Comrade Member of Parliament, Peter Bunting, Dane Campbell, Michael Stewart, Your Worship, comrades, caretakers, councillors, former MPs, comrades all, I greet you with fraternal love on behalf of the comrades of Southeast St. Mary. The word is love. Tonight I'm here, comrades, at the invitation of Comrade David Atkinson, and I want to thank him for his invitation. I want to also clarify on the outset that I'm not here to deal with the matter of the presidential challenge. I am here to keep a promise to you, the comrades of the People's National Party. In spite of any pressures, thoughts, concerns, as I said to Comrade Bunting today, I had indicated to the party chairman and as well to the leader that I will be keeping my commitment to you here in North Patrick. And that is the first step in being a comrade, our integrity, our commitment to one another. It does not matter the cost. As a comrade, it is a conviction, not a convenience. We are all here out of choice. We could be somewhere else. I have a little 5-month-old baby. Dayton has a church.
With many members.
With many members. You have children who have to get ready for school, clothes to iron, food to season, your own businesses to get ready for the coming week. But you chose to be here tonight to listen to the teachings of Norman Washington Manley and our founders. Why is it that we choose to be comrades in 2019 is the question tonight. This movement in 1938, comrades, was born out of social unrest, inequality. Black people couldn't even vote. Many of you here 80 years ago would not be able to vote in the land of your birth. Many lived on a little land, and after slavery was abolished, many of our forefathers, family members, who are direct descendants of the slaves, were turned out on the land and had nowhere to go, no voice in their own country, no opportunity to determine your own government, no voice to determine what you should grow, where to grow it, who to sell it to, and for how much. That was changed by this movement. And it is a movement, as an earlier speaker said, not just of intellectuals, but of teachers, unions that represented the rights of the workers, the average man, people like you and I. This party joined with the women's movement, the women of this country, anyone who would listen to a message of upliftment. Something better, better must come. And 12 of them went house to house, valley to valley, over the hills and mountains of this country to convince us as a nation that not only did they have a plan, but that we would seek independence self-governance, write our own constitution, give women equal pay for work, make sure that none of you would be called bastards, that you can't inherit land or property from your own father. Make sure that you would have a house through the NHT, cellular phones, and an economy set on a proper path for growth in the future. That is what this movement achieved. But hear me well, we achieved it. The question is, what do we want to achieve going forward? What is the modern interpretation of the People's National Party's message? What does it mean to you in 2019, a better life? Think about it. Does a better life mean you have 2 cellular phones like Roger Clark can call himself? Or does it mean that your child will move out of your house into their own house? Does it mean that you will get a title for your own house to go to the bank to get money for your business? That small business people with ideas, whether you sing, you hustle, you have an Airbnb, whatever it is you can do. If you get limes, what you must make? Lemonade. If you have banana, what you make? Fritters. So you have to turn your hand and make fashion. And I can tell you, comrades, I didn't grow up in the country. In fact, as is well known, I was not even Jamaican until earlier this year. But, like I said, me get me things now. Them out of luck. So I just trouble for the government because them can't stop me again. But I chose, like Comrade Bunting and others in the party, to go where I am needed. There are few constituencies that are poorer than where I come from. And I say to people where I come from, because I believe Southeast St. Mary is my home, and the people there have been good to me. But the point I'm making, comrades, is I know the struggle. Whether you want to be proud here tonight and pretend like everything is all right in your own life or in your own home, me no say nothing no go so. I have been to houses of our workers and look up in the roof and there's sky. I have seen the children who cannot go to school and they use them in them hand middle and drinking boom and white rum from 8 in the morning. Something is wrong with the direction of the country. Those of us who know better must do better. And that is what resides here in the People's National Party. We have a rich legacy of change for this country. We are the party that has made the biggest monumental changes in infrastructure. Whether it is that Andrew Holness wants to say that is carpet from here to there, or we put it in the pipeline. And I hope that we will take some of it out not too long from now. Yeah. But we must recognize the hard work of comrades through different administrations and respect it for what it is. It changed our lives. It is changing our lives, but we must plan, as has been said tonight, not just to talk it, but we must walk the walk. We must create the change and be prepared to govern. We must have our ideas ready. But comrades, each one of us is equal in the constitution of the People's National Party. In the same way that it was said earlier that you can challenge to be leader at any point. The truth is, all of us are representatives and ambassadors of this party. Where one of you goes, all of us go. It means that we must carry ourselves with dignity. We must be honest in our communities. We must discharge our duties. Whether you are a runner, an indoor or outdoor agent, an executive member, it matters not. You are a member of this movement and you count and you are important and we love you. That is the message I want to bring to you from Southeast St. Mary tonight. You must understand that you have a place in the People's National Party. Every one of you here tonight, and those of you downstairs that can hear me. It is important, therefore, that to create any renewal or change, we must be united behind the vision. We must understand for ourselves that if it hurts you where you walk, it hurts the next man too. John chapter 8, verse 7. You think are you alone? Look here, man. Says, he who is without sin cast the first stone. We as good comrades must embrace every other comrade. Those who did not vote in the last election, those who were disgruntled for whatever reason, whether it is central Manchester or elsewhere. We must unite and reach out to every comrade to say we want to win the election because we have ideas to change this country. We can't divide and rule. We must unite to get the vision across. When you go back to your communities tonight, comrades of Patrick and elsewhere, as you walk into your community, or tomorrow morning, the labor rights and others will be watching to see the mood you're in. The behavior, whether you're cussing this one or that one. They watch how we carry ourselves. I know this because in my profession, people watch how me drink a beer, how much beer me drink, who me talk to, if me dance, every aspect. And you represent Peter Bunting, you represent Peter Phillips, you represent the memory of Michael Manley, Norman Manley. So it is greater than yourselves. You have a responsibility to live up to that. Every day, day in, day out. As I said to you, it is the conviction to be a comrade. It is not convenient. This is about sacrifice. This is not just about walking and saying, boy, I'm in an orange shirt, I'm going to drink a beer, I'm going to go home. That can't win election. I know that because it happened to me. What I believe will win elections is our love for the people. It starts at home. Workers first. Workers first. If you work for the party must work for you. And I go no further. But as we look after the workers, in turn, your repayment to the party is to ensure that the X is beside the head on election day. You must deliver for your party. Not the rare. Today I heard a man say, mouth water can't breathe. I don't remember what he was saying. But I've heard it before, I don't remember. You cannot run up your mouth and win elections. It is the work we do, comrades. It is the work we do here inside, and then we prepare to go on the road together. The country has always looked to the People's National Party for change. Every time something big must happen in our history, it is under the People's National Party. And it has been on the backs of our teachers, our policemen, our farmers, our nurses, our businessmen, our doctors, our children, and our unborn children. All of us have been in it together, comrades. Now is not the time to ease up, in my view. I don't know when an election will be called, but I can tell you in Southeast St. Mary, we have moved to election mode. Because when it comes to campaigning, I have sugar for days. If you're tired, may have sugar, can send it. I know Minister Tufton wants to ban the sugar, but this one is granulated. But we're not going to get tired because we love our party. What I say, comrades? We're not going to get tired because we love our party. This is the party that gave us education for many of us. This is the party that we believe in. The party that you walk in the hot sun for miles, thirsty for this party. You have taken your own money to finance aspects of this party. You have given your all for your party. If there was ever a time that Patrick, to stay focused, stay the course, whatever is happening at the leadership level, comrades, that is at the leadership level. We as workers of the party must ensure that whoever wins, they have something to lead. That there is something and workers are ready to get out and are motivated to tell the Jamaican people why you must vote for this party and why we have the better team, comrades. Because I believe we do. The truth is, comrades, the truth is that as Comrade Bunting has said and others tonight, the corruption cancer is killing us. The corruption cancer is why there's no internet in some of our children's schools, but in others, where I went to school, they have it. I grew up uptown. I went to Campion.
Good school. Don't never apologize for that. Never.
Without apology. But I have seen what we can do for some, but we must do it for all. That is the difference under the People's National Party. Without prejudice, I am glad for the bankers that make lots of money. But what about you and I? We have to find a way, comrades, to stop the youth them from begging you a thing. A man don't want to beg because he doesn't like beg. It's because he don't have it. If you did have the school fee, comrades, you won't ask your MP or your councillor. If you did have the sheet of zinc or the plyboard or the cement to finish off the bathroom, you won't ask the councillor or the MP. Like I tell many, me never yet sit down in a man's lap and a man can't sit down in my lap. So me never come to mind nobody. But what I will say, comrades, is that I will find a way to give him a chance to earn his own. I will share with him how I got mine so he can get his too. You follow what I'm saying, comrades? That is how we teach one, each one, teach one. In the People's National Party, we teach a man how to fish. We're not in the business of buying him fish morning, noon, and night, so he vote for us. But these are values, comrades, that are ingrained in us, that come from deep within. You have to believe it to convince a man to vote for you. You have to believe in what you say, comrades. It is our job on this side of the room to convince you on that side of the room that you are not only in the right party, but we have a plan. And we are working towards that, comrades. I know it is getting late, so I'm going to wrap up shortly. But comrades, we come to talk serious things because where I come from, I have to work hard for every vote. I don't have nobody to walk for me, I walk myself. I don't have no money to sponsor football, I play myself. I'm not afraid to do anything that I would ask you to do. That is what leadership is about, and I believe that leadership exists here, not only in central Manchester, but right across the entire length and breadth of this country. In the People's National Party, we lead from in front. Tonight, I didn't go and say to Comrade Atkinson, boy, I may have a cold and I'm not feeling so good. I made my position clear to all involved. that I am here on behalf of the People's National Party. And I want to thank Comrade Bunting and the others for facilitating my views here tonight. That I was not shut out, I was welcomed here tonight. So I'm not here to create any sort of, to lower your spirit, so to speak, in any way. It is quite the opposite. It is to motivate you as comrades to get out and win for the party. Do your best at all times. The country is watching us. The cameras are on, the microphones are here to see. And we must be careful, comrades, that we're not giving them a soundbite for just say, who mash up where and this and that. That is not what Norman Manley did to build this party. When friends were few and we could have fallen apart, brave comrades stood their ground. In 80 and 83, to build back a party that would win for 17 years. Comrades, our history is rich. Let us not destroy it with ill will. The enemy is not in here with us. The enemy is not in our party. It is true that there are many things that could be said of any one of us in this room. But we don't have to repeat it to somebody else. You kill it right there. Your vote is your own vote. And you will cast it at the appropriate time. But our opinions within the party stay within the party. It is party business. And at the end of the day, we must be very clear on our mission going forward. That there is no force greater than a united People's National Party. Them can't stop with. When you have people like Damian and Dayton, Dwayne Spencer and Mario Mitchell, when you have people like Peter Bunting and Mark Golding, when you have people like Wickham McNeil and Dwayne Vaz, and the list goes on, and you have Krista Tomlinson and you have the YO, and you have the comrade leader. The fact is, comrades, pound for pound, the People's National Party is the best choice. But for whatever reason, we have lost the trust of the population. There was a poll that said, who do you trust the least? The only person that finished above the politician was a lawyer. Luckily, doctors are still. Thank God for some of us on the stage. You're a doctor now. Yes, Pastor Campbell. But the truth is, comrades, that when we have been put in a position sometimes, and Comrade Bunting, I've seen this on TV with Parliament, that when we said them thief, them say you do it too. I am not a policeman or investigator, comrades. But what I will say is that we must purge corruption from within the party as well. Yes, your friend is your friend, but you can't thief the people their money. It stops there. We must ensure that we don't live in a glass house so we can fling the big dirty rocks on them. But as long as we live in a glass house, comrades, it's a go hard for throw. These are the realities that we face, comrades. Am I talking to somebody in here? Yes. I say, am I talking to somebody in that Patrick? That is what is required of this generation of comrades in leadership and of you. You must ensure that we are measuring correctly, comrades. You must hold the councillor candidate, the member of parliament, the president, the vice president of the party, and so on, accountable keep us honest and ensure that we are on our toes, responding to the needs that you see in the streets every day. No longer can we run the country from Kingston in an office upstairs. We have to be on the ground. If you want to run in a constituency or a division, you have to be on the ground. And I know that many here are doing that. But I am just saying, comrades, that you must remember that your contact with the people is critical. Comrades, as you go into this presidential contest, I ask, as a constituency, that as they say, when the elephants fight, the grass suffers. I am not a member of parliament. I am not a councillor. I am a humble caretaker and member of this great movement. That we must ensure that we do not destroy ourselves to build better. It don't make sense you're dead trying to earn more money, because the next man or the next woman just going to move in and take it. So you must enjoy it a little bit. Always remember, comrades, the tree under which you get shade was planted by someone else. Water it, preserve it, fertilize it. Don't urinate on it and chop it. Don't dig it out to kill it. I am convinced that in Comrade Bunting and Comrade Phillips, we have members of integrity who will run a clean campaign. But I am concerned about the middle part and the lower parts of the party that may not understand that a disagreement or a difference in views is not a personal attack on somebody. Just because I want to wear this and you wear that, or you like Chinese food and I like fish, does not mean we have to cuss each other. It does not mean that we can't have a drink. And I want to just reiterate what Comrade Bunting said. I had the privilege of sharing the afternoon with himself, Comrade Portia Simpson Miller, Comrade Phillips, at Comrade Azan's home. We had a warm, relaxed afternoon. I have difficulty pronouncing such big words. I only went to Campion some of the time, not every.
Not 7 years like.
No, I went to 7 years, but a part-time program. But comrades, we had a good afternoon. And I looked at our leaders. I looked at our leader and Comrade Bunting exchange greetings and shake hands. I looked at them cut cake for Comrade Azan, because it was his birthday and his son's birthday. Comrade Campbell joined us and others were here. It was the camaraderie that I believe has been described over many decades in this party. That intellectually they may have differences of opinion or different management styles, but let us not get in the middle of that, comrades. That is between Comrade Bunting, Comrade Phillips, to explain what their visions are. And at the time, at the appropriate time, we will all vote together in one place. And that is the beautiful thing about democracy. That at the end of the day, we must come to one place to share our views. So do not destroy our democracy. And I'm not saying for a moment that you would here in Manchester. I am simply saying, pass this message on. Show by your example of how you conduct your campaigning on behalf of whichever candidate you support. Whatever your ideas are, make sure that at the end of the day you hug the comrade that you're talking to. Because I have lost an election because some comrades couldn't go to a comrade's house. I have lost an election, comrades, because some comrades couldn't go to some people's homes in the community because of the cussing and the fighting and the misunderstandings. Comrades, once again, it is a pleasure and an honor to be here in this constituency. I think it is one of the best organized in the country. I want to thank Comrade Mario Mitchell. I was in Belfield last year. This year, I'm here in Knockpatrick. Next year, I'm not sure where I'll be. But I hope that the next time I speak to you, I would have won an election in Southeast St. Mary and returned to you at the very least as a member of Parliament. Thank you. To victory, forward ever, backward never. One love, comrades.